Motocross legends jump at the White House. South Carolina expands road access for UTV owners. New products from Rugged Radios, Infinite Offroad, PRP Seats, and Evo Powersports. Plus, we're covering upcoming rides as always, races, and events from around the country. This is the Fast Friday Off-Road Report, Episode 14.
Fast Friday Off-Road Report.
Welcome back to the Fast Friday Off-Road Report, Episode 14. I'm JT with Team FAS Motorsports, bringing you the latest off-road industry news, new product releases, upcoming events, sales and promotions, and of course, the weekly viewer question. We got a lot to cover this week, so let's get started. Let's get into it with some new products. First up this week, Rugged Radios has introduced their new GMR-5X GMRS handheld radio. Comes in a single or a two-pack. These waterproof handheld radios deliver 5 watts of power and come equipped with Rugged Radios XL extended capacity batteries for more use out on the trail. Pre-programmed GMRS channels make setup quick and easy, making them great options for ride groups, clubs, or families looking to stay connected on the trail when cell service isn't available. A lot of places we ride don't have reliable cell service, so having communication plan in place is always a great idea. Next up, Infinite Offroad has released their new Maverick R RGB-W signature lights for the Can-Am Maverick R. This lighting upgrade combines RGB color customization with dedicated white LEDs, giving owners the ability to switch between trail-ready white light and custom color effects. The kit is designed specifically for the Maverick R and has a unique appearance while maintaining a clean factory-style fit. It seems like every week we're seeing more Maverick R specific products hit the market, which shows just how quickly the aftermarket is embracing this platform. PRP Seats has released new seat mounts for the 25 and 26 Segway Supervillain SX20. These mounts allow owners to install PRP suspension seats in their new Supervillain while maintaining proper fit and seating position. As aftermarket support for the Segway platform continues to grow, products like this give owners more options for improving comfort and customization. One of the first signs of a platform gaining traction and really starting to take off is when companies like PRP start releasing dedicated products for it. It's always great to see, and I guess we're just going to keep an eye on what other companies hop on board and make stuff for the Supervillain. Rounding out this week's new products, Evo Powersports released their billet catch can for both the Can-Am Defender HG11 and Kawasaki H2. Catch cans are designed to capture oil vapors and contaminants before they re-enter the intake system, helping keep things cleaner over time. Evo's billet aluminum design provides a cleaner installation while offering a simple way to service the system when needed. What's interesting here is that these products are being released for 2 of the most talked about utility and performance side-by-sides currently on the market. It's another sign of aftermarket support for both the Defender HG11 and Teryx H2 as it continues to grow. In the powersports world, everyone loves horsepower and suspension upgrades, but sometimes the maintenance and reliability upgrades are just as important. Moving into industry news. Big news this week for riders in South Carolina. Governor Henry McMaster signed legislation that allowed registered UTVs to operate on certain public roads beginning November 18, 2026. We did speak about this briefly in a past episode, but we did get some more clarification on the law and some updates, so we're just going to run through it quickly again. So under the new law, qualifying UTVs can operate on roads with posted speed limits of 55 miles per hour or less, provided they meet registration, insurance, and equipment requirements. Operators must carry proof of your registration, liability insurance, and a valid driver's license while operating on public roads. The law also requires safety equipment, including headlights, taillights, brake lights, turn signals, and seatbelts for all occupants, and interstate highways remain off limits. South Carolina now joins a growing list of states expanding road access for side-by-sides and UTVs, something many riders and advocacy groups have been pushing for over the last several years. We talked about this trend several times now. It seems like every year more states are finding ways to responsibly expand ATV and UTV access. That's a positive step for riders, great for local businesses, tourism, and the powersports industry as a whole. One of the coolest stories in powersports this week comes right out of Washington, D.C. Motocross and freestyle legends Travis Pastrana, Ricky Carmichael, Jeremy McGrath, Brian Deegan, Jeremy Twitch Stenberg, and Keith Sayers come together. They had a historic riding expedition on the south lawn of the White House. Pretty epic. The event was part of the celebration surrounding America's upcoming 250th anniversary and also helped launch the next chapter of the Nitro Circus crew. Seeing some of the biggest names in motocross history riding at one of the most recognizable locations in the country is something few people would ever imagine would happen. Regardless of what discipline of power sports you follow, moments like this bring positive attention to motorsports, introduce new audiences to the sport that we all enjoy. I grew up watching many of these riders, so to see names like Pastrana, Carmichael, McGrath, Deegan, Twitch all together at the White House is pretty incredible. You know, a lot of these guys battled out in the past, were on-screen rivals, and just to see them coming together. There's really not many times in history where so many legends of the sport come together for one awesome event. Now let's take a look at some upcoming events. First up, 740 Off-Road second annual side-by-side poker run takes place June 20th in Lafayette, Ohio. Participants will have the opportunity to enjoy a day of riding while collecting poker cards along the route for a chance of prizes. The event also features food, giveaways, and a great opportunity to connect with fellow riders. If you're in the Ohio area and looking for a fun weekend ride, this one's worth checking out. Next up is the Off-Road Riddle Run Scavenger Hunt taking place June 27th in Berlin, New Hampshire. This unique event combines trail riding with a scavenger hunt format, challenging participants to solve clues and complete stops throughout the ride. It's a great way to enjoy the trails while adding a little extra adventure and competition to the day. Heading out west, Mayhem at the Mountain UTV Series Round 2 takes place June 27th and 28th in Onalaska, Washington. This racing series continues to grow and attract competitors from across the region, featuring action-packed side-by-side racing and plenty of excitement for spectators. So if you're looking for something on the competitive off-road side, this is an event keep on your radar. Looking a little further ahead, Cruzin the World Food Tour takes place July 12th in West Enfield, Maine. This event combines a scenic ride with great food and a chance to explore local area alongside fellow powersport enthusiasts. It's another great example of how many unique riders and community events are happening throughout the off-road world this summer. One of the best things about our industry is a variety of events available. Whether you're a trail rider, racer, you like poker runs, scavenger hunts, or charity rides, there's usually something happening somewhere every weekend. Now let's go into some of the promos and sales. This week's featured promotion comes from us here at Team FAS Motorsports and Highlifter. From June 17th through the 23rd, we're offering special savings on select Highlifter suspension products. That includes 10% off Highlifter portals and long travel suspension systems, along with 5% off lift kits and suspension components. Whether you're looking to gain ground clearance, improve ride capability, or take your build to the next level, now's a great time to save on some Highlifter goodies and some of their most popular suspension stuff they make. If you don't see exactly the part you're looking for on our website, give us a call or send us a message. We'll be happy to help out. This promotion does end June 23rd. One thing I always tell customers is to build their machine how they like to ride. Suspension upgrades can completely change the way a machine performs on and off the trail. Before we wrap up this week's sales segment, don't forget we're still running our JBL RallyBar XL promotion. The JBL RallyBar XL is currently on sale for $879.95, down from its normal MSRP of $1099.95. This is usually a once-a-year thing, so it's a great deal. Scoop them up while you can. There's not many left. This is a premium Powersports soundbar right from JBL, whose performance and audio is one of the most popular upgrades on the market. This promotion is going to be running till July 12th, so there's still time to take advantage of the savings. Now it's time for this week's viewer question. This week's question is, what should every UTV owner do after their first month of ownership? My answer is pretty simple. It's whether you have a brand new one or a used one. If you own it a month, you're either going to find out what's wrong with it right away, or you're going to want to at least double check it. Before you start adding accessories, modifying the machine, spend some time getting familiar with it, giving it a thorough inspection, before you ride it. One of the first things I recommend is checking over all the major bolts and fasteners to make sure everything is properly tightened. It's not uncommon for machines to settle in during the braking period, especially after the first few rides. Next, check all the fluid levels, including oil, coolant, brake fluid, and any other fluids recommended by the manufacturer. I also suggest checking your tire pressure regularly and paying attention to tire wear patterns. Uneven wear can sometimes be an early indicator of an alignment issue or a suspension problem, so you always want to take note of that. And finally, take some time, read through your owner's manual, especially if it's a new machine. Understand your machine's maintenance schedule. Little preventative maintenance early can definitely save a lot of money and headaches and, costing you time on the trail. So definitely take a look, at least flip through your owner's manual and know your maintenance stuff. We see a lot of riders so excited to buy accessories right away, and that's understandable. We are guilty of it 100% every time we get a new machine. But before spending some money on those upgrades, make sure your machine is properly set up, inspected, and ready to ride for the type of riding you're going to be heading into. That wraps up episode 14 of the Fast Friday Off-Road Report. Short one this week, but as always, if your club, organization, business, or event would like to be featured on a future episode, send us information by Wednesday at midnight so we can include it in this week's report. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share our video. It really helps us continue growing the channel and bringing more off-road content to the community. And as always, for parts, accessories, service, and installation, visit teamfasmotorsports.com or reach out to us anytime through Facebook. Go ahead and check out some of our merch at fasmerch.shop. And also, a big happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Thanks for watching. Ride safe, and we'll see you next Friday for another Fast Friday Off-Road Report.
Fast Friday Off-Road Report. Fast Friday Off-Road Report.